Konnichiwa, konbanwa. Good evening, or whatever time of day you are watching this, or night, whenever you're watching this. I shall just put my belt on. All right, tonight we're going to go through some couple of Kion drills that can also be taken into Kumite, and also we'll get into some bit of self-defense maybe. Show you something for self-defense, and then we will go into some Basaidai. So it kind of follows on from. I want my videos to follow on really for this lockdown, so you can go through them. March, April, maybe next month. We'll be back in class, so by all means, come and see us. For now, just you got your Haikadachi stance. Let me just tilt this camera a touch more, so you can see. Okay, now the camera's there, but I'm going to be checking here as well. So just bear with me, etc, etc, etc. So just nice and light. You got your Haikadachi, just go a little bit further apart. So you're about 1.5 shoulders wide, and all I want you to do is just turn on the balls of your feet and punch, reverse punch. Each. Then from there, turning again to the other corner, knee, san, nice and light, shi, go, ruk, sich, ach, ku, ju. Now with this drill, let the hips do the work for you. So it's this that fires the punch, but don't let this happen. So keep this tucked in all the way through until the hip is finished and you can punch, okay? So again, a little bit quicker. Ish, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, slightly off camera there, sich, oh, well, at least, all right, maybe that'll work, I don't know. Ach, ku, ju. Okay, let's add a kick in there now. So we're gonna go from where we are, we're gonna punch, and from here, front kick and back. I'm gonna cut this one short because of where I am. I don't want to kick the table or the wall, but the left one will be. So we're gonna do front kick. So punch, front kick, back. And when you do your front kick, don't come back to guard position. Just keep the Kion arm out, kick underneath. So I want you to use your elbow as a height gauge. So I'm not doing this. I'm going to lift the knee right up to the elbow, kick underneath the hand, just like your second kata. Okay, ish, knee, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, ach, ku, ju. Okay, relax. Relax, relax, relax. So again, the key to this is a bit like Basaidai, something from Basaidai, which is when we finished last week, which was this. It's all in here. Now, the hips don't have any muscles. So you got to think, what powers the hips? Well, the legs power the hips. Okay, well, what powers the legs? The feet. What powers the feet? Oh, this. Not the big shiny dome, but what's inside it. So you got to think to yourself, well, if I've got hips, I can see I've got legs. Careful you don't kick the toe. I think there's a lag, Steve. Or are you being sarcastic? So if I can see you've got hips, and I can see you've got legs, and I can see you've got feet, but you're still not getting this twisting to happen, well, then there's something missing, isn't there? And it's the part that we can't see. So it's the message going from head to feet, but make sure both feet twist. It's no good just twisting on one foot, all right? Okay, this time, what I want you to do is I want you to start off in kind of a guard position. We won't twist the feet just yet, but start off in a guard position. All I want you to do is push your, whichever arm you want, we'll alternate sides. I want you to push one arm across and the other arm back to the hip. So we're going across the body. Then the second count is punch in, and then revert back to square one. Okay. So from here we'll stick to one side, then we'll swap sides. Just make it easy. So from here we're going to push and then punch. and then back to guard. Push, punch, guard. Okay, now push, punch. 1, 2. All right? So from where we are, it's going to be 1, 2. And we're turning the body off, but keeping the feet still. So back up. Ich. Knee. San. Shi. All right, what I want you to imagine now is that somebody's grabbing your wrist. So you get to this point where you get to here, and maybe somebody's grabbing your wrist and they're holding onto your wrist nice and tight. So I want you to imagine that from this position here, you're pushing the hand across, but you're also pulling away with the hikate. And then I'm going to come over the top, and I'm going to aim for the head. Now, if you want to, you don't have to have a closed fist. We can go teisho for this as well. So either one works. Teisho is probably going to be the better option. So yeah, it's entirely to you really. All right, so back to guard. Okay, release and punch. Guard. Release, punch. Guard. Release, punch. Release, punch. So the goal here is, looks pretty quick on my TV. So the goal here is to not have a pause there. Now this is Kion, this is pretty basic, is this stuff. But what would generally happen is your punch wouldn't be a straight punch. Your punch might turn into a hook, okay? Or it might turn into a slap. So I'm going to let you play around with that in your own time. The best thing to do is get a partner to grab your wrists. So you kind of gone into this kind of fetal position. You know, please don't hit me. And they're grabbing your wrists and they're shaking you and it's just bam, bam, here. Okay? As simple as that. Now we're going to go the other way. It's not going to train in one time, I might as well go the other side. So from this position, start off again. So we're going to push with the other hand. And then we're going to punch the opposite corner. And then back. So we're going to push. And then we're going to punch. And then we're going to push. Punch. Again, all this stuff comes in hand of a back-side dive because it's all the hips. So for me, I'm going to push. And I'm going to punch. Back. Again, use the teisho if you want to. If you want to fiddle around with this and start putting a slap in there or a hook punch, feel free. But I want you to aim for the head. I don't want you to aim for anywhere else, I want you to go for the head. Okay, so from here. Release. Punch. I'm starting to put a bit of a curve in mine now. So it's kind of coming out, this way. Not to the point of this, but more just a short curve to the punch. Okay, retreat. Okay, from there. Ish, knee. All right, let's start putting two techniques together now. And the goal is to not have a break between release and punch. We're going to go boom, boom. So we'll start off slow. We'll do 5 medium, 5 strong, yeah? Okay, this is where you go. Hey, okay, from there. Each 1, 2. Knee, 1, 2. San, 1, 2. Shi, 1, 2. Go. Now I want everything you've got. So everything you've got into this. Somebody bigger than you is grabbing your wrists. You're going to push away and you're going to strike towards the head as hard as you possibly can. I feel the need to twist on the feet in order to put more hips into the technique. Yes, you can. We can do that in a second. But for now, just try and keep your feet still. All right, it's the getting the action of the hips twisting. All right, as long as your knees are bent, you'll be all right. Okay, so from there, 5 strong, everything you've got. Push and then strike. Ish. Knee. San. Shi. Go. Ay. Okay, relax. Now, as Steve put in there, yes, there's a twist on the feet. But what we would do with this is we'd actually either step away or we would step in. Okay, so from this position, what we're going to do is we'll start off again as we were, and I was going right hand, left hand. Now, with this left hand, this striking hand, I don't want to bring it back to the hip anymore. All right, so we've done the key on. We're going to put it into a bit of play, if you like. So we're going to go from where we are. Now, when we step in, we're going to step in with our non-striking hand. So it's going to be from here, this way. And then we're going to twist into the punch. Okay? So the striking hand, or the non-striking hand to begin with, what we're going to strike with is going to be our step. So if we're just doing Haikidash right now, or could be even this fetal position, we're going to step in, push away. Now notice that all we're basically doing is the first exercise, the first drill. So from this position here, step and push, and then you're already wound up. Arms already, you can't see it, but it's there. From this position, strike, and then come back. So step, ish, knee, and back. Step, ish, knee. Again, you can play around with it, whatever technique you want. For me, that was just a high toe to the side of the neck. So from here, and again, don't pull this all the way. I'm a good habit, but also a bad habit based on what I'm saying. I'm pulling this all the way back. I don't want you to do that. I want you to just be from here. 1, 2. Okay. Ish, ni. Start to get it flowing now. San, shi. Go, ruk. Okay, let's put a bit more snap in there. So this time, I'll tell you how it ties into kumite in a second. But this time, as soon as you've stepped, I want you to move into the next technique. Don't hesitate. Don't stand there. Don't stand here and stop. You've got to release and then move. Okay, I'll show you how it ties into kumite. All right, from this position, everything you've got, we're going to be releasing, striking. Our life depends on it. So it's big than you grabbing your wrists. Ish. Knee. San. Shi. Go. Ai. Okay, other side. Hoo-wee. Other side. From here we're going to step, release, twist, strike, retreat. Step, release, strike. Now, believe it or not, just that to somebody's face is going to sting a little bit. So it doesn't matter if you're striking here or if you're striking here. It doesn't matter. If you want to get really frisky with this, we can turn this into an arm bar and an arm break as well. But we won't. Okay, so what I mean when I say that is, from here you are grabbing and releasing, so the arm's still in here. We're then going to pull the arm back around and strike towards the elbow as the arm goes. From here we've released, and then this way. That's, in my head it works. But there's a lot of stuff going on in my head anyway. Alright, so from there, we're going to release, then we're going to twist. Release, twist. Now when you're releasing, try and throw the heel, this left heel in particular, away from you. Okay, because that's just going to be, you don't want to throw the left heel towards you because you'll end up this way. So I want you to throw the left heel away from you as you release. This way. Here. It's turned. The goal is to not step and twist. The goal is to have this left heel that I'm using now, the reason that I move. So twist on the foot first and let the body weight just take itself. Okay? So from here. Ish. Start to put the whole twist in now. Ni. San. Shi. Go. Okay, this time nice and strong, everything you've got. We're not pausing, we're going to go straight into it. And because it's the right hand strike, which most people are going to strike with, I would like you to just use any strike you want. Choice is yours. So from here, ish, ni, san, shi, go, and relax. Relax, relax, relax. Okay. How does it tie into kumite? Well, when you're doing kumite and you're sparring with somebody, you're going to advance forwards. What your opponent may do is tai sabaki. They may sidestep. They may get off that line of attack. So as you're moving forwards, and this will be the kumite drill would look like this. As you're moving forward from here, you're going to strike and then strike off to the corner. So again, this is something you can do in your own time. So start with whatever leg back you want, and then from here, step and reverse. They've now gone off to the other side. And then from this position, as your momentum's going forwards, just take it another direction. Same goes for this side as well. So you take the body weight forwards. As you finish with that, go to another direction. Okay, so it looks like, I'll do it this way so you can see. It looks like 1, 2, and back. All right, you can play with that. That's up to you. Next technique. Right leg back, short stance. Oh, I need some room. All right, what we're going to do from here is we're going to avoid a leg sweep, foot sweep. So we're going to just simply step back and then come forwards. As simple as that. Okay, step back, forwards. Step back, forwards. Okay, let's put the whole thing together. Ish, ni, san. Now you'll also maybe notice that as I'm stepping back, I'm not pausing here. I'm using that momentum going backwards to drop and push into the kick. That's basically what's happening with that. Even though my body weight right now is centered, I'm going to take it onto my left leg, but I'm going to use it. I'm going to use it to drop, but then push. All right, so it's taking it back, then push. Back and then push. So everything's going to be in your left leg really. You can use your right leg to drag it back, but then as soon as the second it lands, use it to push. Okay, nice and light. Ish, ni, san, shi, go. Notice that when we switch as well, when we're going back, the guard is switching with the legs. So again, basic rule is, whichever leg is forwards, that hand would be high. That would be your high hand, so don't forget to switch your guard. And when you do switch your guard, don't go wide open. When you switch the guard position, just let it straight line. Straight line. Okay. Sich. Ach. Ku, Ju. Okay, change legs. Most people spar with the right leg back, so that's why it's good to practice the left more. Because normally you would be here with your right leg. Left leg doesn't get used as much because for 90% of the time, sorry, 10% of the time, no, 90% of the time, your strongest leg is your right leg because you're right-handed. If you're left-handed, then you're in that elite group of people that aren't normal. Go on to right-handed. Okay, so we've got our left leg back now. So from this position, we're going to go back. Transfer the weight behind you to help you spring forward into that kick. When you're kicking, again, I can't reiterate this enough. You probably heard it on videos before, but I like to repeat myself. That's what good teachers do. They repeat themselves. When you're kicking, don't lean away from the kick. All right, keep that body upright. So as you step back here, notice where my body weight is now. It's still kind of in the middle. If I want to drop back onto my back leg, I don't want to do this. If anything, if I want to put more weight onto my back leg, I'll do this, which avoids that lean. Okay, and then I can push off. So I've got left leg back now. Okay, defend, attack. Defend, attack. All together, nice and flowy. Don't pause. Try. I say don't, but try not to. This is your chance to just work it out really, and go with whatever rhythm you can get to. Ish, ni, san, shi, go. Yürük, sich, aç, ko, ju. You may be saying to yourself, just a thought that crossed my mind then, is, can I spend too much time back here? Yes and no. The goal is to get back and then move. You've got to think to yourself, the person that you're avoiding is actually going to be coming in this direction. So when you kick them, you're going to be kicking towards the back. Now by the time they've either retreated or corrected themselves, that's when you're coming forwards. So they're going to be coming from here. That's your step back. This is your kick. Okay, unless of course they're very, very quick with the legs and they're very, very smart up here, they may also sweep, hook. They may do that. It might be a front leg sweep. Might be using this leg. Same thing. Avoid. Kick. No matter what side it is. Front leg goes for the sweep. One, they've missed. Now, if they're going to use the front leg to sweep, chances are that'll happen first. So they're not going to go from where they are, extend and try and sweep. What they'll do is they'll come in, sweep this way first. So as soon as that back foot moves, that's when your front foot moves. When their back foot moves, you're here. And then finish. Okay, easy peasy. All right, whoa, 25 minutes. There was another combination that I wanted to do, but we'll save that for next week. I don't quite know when lockdown 3 is going to be over. But look out for my next segment, lockdown 4 I'm going to call it. Same as lockdown 1, but I'm just rebranding it. I'm gonna just add a 4 on. Yeah, please. My lovely assistant Mindy has just asked if I want to drink. I said, yes, please. Okay. Again, if you can do this with a partner, it's ideal, all right? Anything that I go through, whether it be Kion, combinations, I don't know the Japanese word for combination is kumiyawase. Okay, kumiyawase. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Arigato. Arigato goyasamasu. Kanpai. So whether it be Kion, kumiyawase, or kumite, basics, combinations, sparring, ideal with a partner. Everything's ideal with a partner. That's why, again, don't neglect dojo time for camera time. I've got to be honest, I'm kind of enjoying doing these, but I'm not enjoying doing these because I like to have somebody to bounce off. You know what I mean, Steve? When you're in the dojo, you like to have somebody to punch. It's all right. You can hit as hard. You give as good as you get, Steve. All right, back side eye. Where did we get to? We got to here last week. So we've done these. Now, from this position, we're going to go 3 forwards into our kokutsu dachi. Okay? Oh no, we did that. We already did that. Yeah, we got that far. I've gone through kokutsu dachi on previous videos, so I'm not going to go into it too much detail now. You know, if you want to learn how to uplift your kokutsu dachi somewhat, then look at some previous videos or inbox me or leave a comment. I'll break it down on the day, but not right now. So we end up being with our left leg forwards, right leg back, obviously, in kokutsu dachi, and left arm shuto uke. So we're here now. Now, the next part we're going to do is we're going to be stepping across with our left foot. Now, we're not going to go across too far because we only need one shoulder width. We need to go into Zenkutsu dachi. Kokutsu dachi, 70% back. Zenkutsu dachi, 70% forwards. They're basically from the same family, just let's call them cousins. So from here, we're going to step across. As we do so, notice that nothing's moved. The arms haven't gone anywhere, it's just, plus the body weight hasn't gone forwards either. And then from this position, as the right hand comes under, we're going to transfer the body weight forwards. Left arm comes on top of right, we're going to hook, turn, pull in. And again, there's that little, just lock into the stance. So we've gone from our kokutsu dachi, we've stepped across, hips and shoulders haven't gone anywhere, weight's still on the set, weight's still on the back leg. We're then going to transfer body weight forwards. As we do so, 1, 2, turn, pull in. Right, common error. I'll tell you the common error now because that's what we're doing with these classes, is we're just refining. So we're not actually going through the kata, we're just refining the kata. So biggest common error with that is 1, 2, straight arm here, 3. Next common error, 1, 2, 3. No, don't do either of those. Each knee. You need to finish uchi-uke. Look at that. Look at that. So from there, it's not even the saying, is it? So from there, just like that. That's the saying. So from there, we've gone from shuto-uke, or kind of a rendition of shuto-uke, here, to then uchi-uke here. Now, there's nothing wrong with this. That's perfectly fine to have. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. So we're here now. We're going to execute konsetzugeri. strike to the knee with our leg. So from here, come around, come up, kick, oh, prepare, land. Go back, do it again. This is one of those where you can do it, you could just go in circles with this. So from here, step across, set your stance, up and kick, to the back. Step across, up and kick, to the front. So it can go in circles. Now, refinement of this, again, people get it totally wrong. They rush it, there's no need to rush it. You want things happening together. As an example, we don't want to, as we turn, we don't want this hand to turn with us. We're actually going to bring the body around the hand. So these have gone nowhere. These stay there. As we kick, we'll pull into the hip. So it becomes this. As we bring the kick back in, we prepare. Now the landing part of this, is with the front foot. That's going to execute your hip, not your back foot. Your back foot's already executed. Don't use it anymore. Just kick, land. So how we get that is, we'll go from where we are, we kick. Notice where the front foot's placed. Now watch, I'll slow this right down for you. Land. If it's sped up, if it's speeded up, it becomes kick, land. Easy peasy. And then you obviously land with the shuto uke in koku tadachi. The konsetsugeru is your ki point. Now, to me, it doesn't matter if you do it kokomi or kiyagi. Not particularly bothered which. You see people in WKF that are doing basai dai, or you see other styles that do basai dai where because it's a ki point, they kind of hold it, ki, and then land. To me, I'm not really bothered. I think I don't know what I do on the video, to be honest with you. I think it makes just more sense to me if I just land. Things are rattling here. Yeah, so as long as the kick's finished, because then the next port of call is you're going to be striking behind you. Alright, so it's not as simple as, are you going to be changing feet from a bunkai point of view? But that's something you need to look on the videos for. Because again, I can't show you those right now. So again, making sure that you have everything. I'll do it in a shorter stance just so you can see. Don't really matter what stance you're in to practice. So from here, up. Doesn't go anywhere. Kick. Pull in. Prepare. Land. Block. Kick. Prepare. In. I'm just figuring out what comes next. The thing is, when you do kata, it's good to break things down. Just like combination, good to break things down. But what you need to do is, you need to put them back together again. So one thing that a lot of instructors miss is they break the kata down and it looks very rigid. But then forget to explain to the student to put it all back together again. So that move, for example, would I've demonstrated it to the time and I think, but if you forget to put it back together again, it looks like this. Just very rigid and very robotic. Now when you're rigid and robotic, you're also laboured. So everything becomes harder to move. The thing with Carter is it should flow. All Carters should have a flowy part. And they should all just mix together and make one big combination. If it was self-defense, which Carter basically is self-defense or kumite or sparring or fighting or whatever you want to call it, you wouldn't stop. Things would just amalgamate and they just mesh together. So we've got to that part now. We've done the kick. We're now facing the back of the room. We're going to go forwards one shoot to okay. Now I'm not going to explain this to you. Forwards one shoot to okay here. Now from this position, we've got 70% of the weight on the back leg. So let's use it. We're only going to move 30% from the front leg. So as we now kokotsudachi, we're going to use this. So the left leg, I don't know if you saw that, but focus on the left leg. Firing this heel behind you helps with the movement of the front leg. You can't really see. Alright, so from there. Yes, the front leg can move because we've got 70% here. So by moving the heel behind you, is only going to help with that. Now, as we do that, so this way, as we do that, we're going to come to the hips here. I say hips, I mean floating rib. We're then going to draw a line. We're going to come up under the chest, come to solar plex, and we're going to roll upwards. Up, 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 and we're going to finish on the index finger knuckle. So we're going to start here, both knuckles together, as in this, here. We're going to roll around here, and then we're going to finish here. So the only two knuckles that don't make contact are these two middle ones. They're the two knuckles that will not make contact. Every other knuckle, from big knuckle, middle knuckle, will make some kind of contact. Big knuckle, middle knuckle, and up. Okay, these ones can't make any contact because they're encased in the fist. Okay, then as we get to here, we've got double joint Agiyuke. So it's just a double block. Now, quick tip for you on this. If your instructor teaches you that this here is to break a lapel grab, run outside of the dojo and go find somewhere else. Because it's not. Doesn't matter how big you are, how strong you are, once those lapels have been grabbed, this ain't gonna break it. If you want to use it as a lapel break, what you would do first is this section here would probably be this section here. So you'd strike in just to weaken the grip. And then you can up. Okay? The basic behind this is that somebody's coming in to grab you. So when you see that grab happening, that's when you move in. Not when the grab has actually happened. So just so you know, just so you're aware, this doesn't break a lapel grab. Tried and tested it with people smaller than me and people bigger than me. And once those fists are clenched, you ain't going to release it. Okay? Not with this anyway. So the hidden part to that will be like a pre-strike, a pre-block or pre-whatever, something before the actual event itself. So this here, these would symbolise, because if we're going to break a lapel, if somebody's going to come in and grab us, we're going to go straight up. Simple. So these here would symbolise a strike of some kind. It might even just be from here, somebody's grabbing the lapels and we boom, boom, in. Or from this position, we can go from there, we can strike into the kidneys maybe, or to the, whatever's at the front, I don't know what's at the front. So from there, and then upwards. Or we can strike into the chest, here, and then upwards. We can double strike to the chest, boom, boom, and then up. Okay, so this doesn't break a lapel grab. You do something before it. Smack to the groin maybe. From here, knee to the groin. Something. to loosen the grip. And then in. Or, and then down. Stay on chin. Okay, so that's all I'm going to do today. If you've got any questions, don't hesitate to ask. I thank you for watching. Yes, I'll upload this to YouTube. I think this is our week number 9. Yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for taking part, and hope you've got something. Next week, same time, tune in at 7 o'clock. We'll continue with back side die. I don't know how far we're going to get with back side die, because there's still a little bit to go. Still quite a bit to go, actually. But yeah, don't forget to look at the other videos. Thanks, Steve. Don't forget to look at the other videos, and yeah. Other than that, sayonara. I'll see you next week.